Hello everyone, Tendy here. This is finally my first Legacy review, and for this I decided to go for a game that was very close to me, a game that only a small amount of people will even know existed, a game that was well released at the wrong time, and was forgotten. I didn't forget about it though. That game is called Free Running. Maybe its name is why it's been forgotten. Search Free Running on Google and it's only found like halfway through the page for its Wikipedia page, and even then that's pretty empty. It was only reviewed by one site officially, that being Eurogamer. They gave it a 5 out of 10. I didn't remember it as a bad game, I remembered it as silly fun. So when I saw it on Green Man Gaming, who were selling it for £5 on PC, I decided that this would be the best game to be for my first Legacy review. Well, after they fixed an issue with their Playfire kite, which by the way is completely broken, I got into the game and now I'm ready to give my opinion on the game, to see if that was the same silly fun game I remember from 2007, or if it was a crap game blinded by nostalgia. First off, the game was developed by Rebellion Developments, who are well known for creating the Sniper Elite series. It was published by Ubisoft for the PS2, Wii, PSP and DS, and was published by Reef Entertainment for PC. The reason it was forgotten? Well, it was published in 2007, just about over a year after the PS3 became a thing, so attention for new PS2 games wasn't really on the high. The game's basis, if it wasn't obvious already, is that it's a free-running parkour game. The game is set in the UK, bizarrely enough, because apparently Britain is the super place for parkour. Huh. Anyway, I started up the game and boy oh boy, the music. That's one strong point for this game already. The music for this game is really damn good. It fits brilliantly. I could sit here for ages and listen to it by itself. I would really place this game as one of the best soundtracks of all time. It's so great. As you can see, there is a free run mode, multiplayer, options, hangout and profile. Pretty much the standard for a game. Well, not really. That's a lie. The free run mode is what we're most interested about right now. It's the main game. It's not really a story, because first off, there's no story really. You only learn about two things, and that's all you'll ever learn. That you want to learn parkour, and that free runners are called tracers. No, not Overwatch tracer, tracer with a U. And apparently that's a real thing, so really there isn't a story at all. It's just a game made for fun, not story. Anyway, you meet Sixth, who is apparently your mentor, and he teaches you some parkour. Well, not at the start. You learn how to run, jump, vault, jump, balance, run up walls and climb. Now, the tutorial for this game is really good, and advances with difficulty steadily. And the gym area really does make you feel like you're actually learning, unlike many other games where you'll be forced into an area that makes no sense to learn stuff in the context of, learning. A gym for parkour makes sense, so well done there, Rebellion Developments. You then move on to learn pro training, and yeah, the curve of difficulty begins to show. You learn how to wall run, tic-tac up walls, sprint jump, grind and slide, jump from bar to bar, jump from pole to pole, precision land, and finally wall walk. I only messed this up once, which was for the roll at the end of the precision landing, and I will get more into that issue later on. Finally, you learn advanced pro training, and my god, I wasn't expecting this difficulty this fast. You get thrown a lot of stuff at once. First off, you learn how to flick-flack, and it's really iffy, because sometimes you'll press A to continue to the flick-flack, but it won't continue. It's an annoyance which caused me to nearly fail the first tutorial in Advanced Pro, which is a bit embarrassing. Flow chaining is next, and I played the game beforehand to get used to the game before playing it, and I failed this a lot due to not rolling, because the game doesn't clearly say you have to. It's annoyance once again. Then you learn to jump with style, pretty easy to do. Then Farah climb. Just like the wall walk, I failed this a lot, because I didn't know you had to press A at the top of the wall run to go into a Farah walk. The instructions aren't very clear, and it's an issue. You learn the horizontal tic-tac afterwards, nothing too difficult unless you don't press the buttons at the right time. Then you learn how to slingshot 90. You have to press A at the right time here, or you're fucked. I messed up because of the wall run, not fun at all. 180 volt was piss easy, sort of confusing why this was in advanced pro training was it's possibly the easiest thing to do, just hold A. Then you learn how to butterfly kick over an obstacle. I didn't do it over an obstacle, but I still got a tick for it. I'm not sure either really. Overall, the gym level was simple. Offers a great area to train every once in a while, but some explanations of how to achieve certain objectives are bizarre. It took me multiple times to achieve the wall walk due to me not knowing you had to press A again at the top of the wall run. Not good at all. Anyway, we then move on to the next level, the home level. It's not a bad level. It's easy to remember the level, it's probably the easiest in the game actually, but that's because you have to return to this level a whopping 10 times. 10 missions are here, one being the last level. It's really annoying because it's not exactly a great level. It's bland as fuck, and that's an issue for the whole game. The whole game is bland with its aesthetics, and that's probably because it's set in the UK. And trust me, I know, I live there. You really need to know this level because the mental challenges in the game that you do at, like, near the end, like I say, are so annoying that you have to remember the map completely in every specific detail. Like, how the heck would you know this drop down area was here beforehand? I only knew this because of trial and error, and trust me, the trial and error does not improve here at all. It just gets worse from here on out. Anyway, I finished level easily because the level treats you like you're 2 years old. Like, for instance, you get 1 minute 30 to do this objective, and it took me about 12.4 seconds to finish the level. Easy as heck. Though this is where the game begins to become painful. The flats level is confusing. Sure, it's probably the best level in the game because it's very memorable. It's much more open than previous levels, probably the most open level in the whole game. The objectives aren't easy or difficult, they're just, well, meh. I only struggled once with an objective to avoid hitting the floor, which was my fault. You may also see there are random AIs roaming around. Not really much to say about them, they just add life to the game. It really doesn't achieve anything. Their textures aren't even good, they're terrible even for 2007. But to be honest, this elderly character is amusing. Traversing the map is weird, it's not obvious. I only found about 3 obvious ways to traverse the map, which isn't fun. But still, the level is memorable because it's the most lively map in the game. Its backdrop, though bland, it's probably the best in the game. And also, it's the most fitting for this game. A parkour game around flats or apartments, it's literally a great place to climb. The other levels aren't awful for parkour, but they don't fit for it as much as the flats level. And trust me, this next level proves it. I hate the mill level. The mill level is by far the worst level in the whole game. I hate this level. I despise this level. It's bland, it's boring, it's forgettable, it's fucking rage inducing. I don't understand this level design. It's linear. I do not joke. It's only got one way to go through the whole map. It's shit. Why on earth do I go to this collectible for a challenge then have to move back? How am I supposed to know this? This is where one issue begins to arise. The arrow. It's misleading. It's not good at all for this game. A map or something would have helped me more. I constantly got lost because the arrow was leading me somewhere else. The mill level doesn't even have the worst offender for this. No, it's the Freiter level. But I'm going ahead of myself here. We're still on the mill level. The thing is with the mill level is that it's not even the whole map. Sure, there's a mill, but it's only half the map, not all of it. You have an urban area in the map. It's the only area I remembered from this map. I forgot about the mill area. That's the name of the map. Because it's really fucking annoying. It's not good at all. This game could have done without this level. Its only positive remark I have for the level is that it's the shortest level in the whole game, or at least to my knowledge. Anyway, we move on to the docks level. I don't really know how to put this level. It's not bad, it's alright. The area you're given is a good place to attempt parkour, but it's just really fucking dull. It's not really fun at all. I found it more of a chore to complete, but that also could be because it took me the longest time to finish, about 2.5 hours. Why? Well, it's because 2 of the challenges have the same route. One of the most annoying routes in the whole game. The horizontal tic-tac area is painful. You have to perform this tic-tac at the right second, the right moment. If you don't jump at the right second, then you fail. It's even more annoying when you put into consideration that you have to do this crane to crane jump. Whilst awesome to perform, it's so difficult. You have to sprint jump, but the top of the crane is really weird. You don't know when to jump. It's difficult to do the right jump. You have to hit the right second again. If you don't, then you're fucked. So it makes the whole level so annoying. 100% in this game only becomes more and more annoying because, my god, if you want to have someone tortured or something and you only have one method to them to escape the torture, then give them this game, because I tell you right now, they will not 100% this game because it's so difficult. The Freiter level is nearly as bad as the mill level. It's linear, just like the mill level. It's boring and a chore to play through, just like the mill level. The arrows are useless as fuck because they confuse you more than everything. Like the mill level, this level defines what the game relies on, and it's trial and error. This took me just 2 hours to finish. It has less challenges than the dock level, but at least the dock level wasn't a pain to traverse, it wasn't a pain to follow objectives, it was simple. The fighter level is just muddled in design. It raises the key issue with the whole game, something I must talk about right now. The key issue with free running is that the level design is shit. The gym, home and flats level are really the only levels that don't suffer from muddled level design. It hits rock bottom with the fighter level because you have no idea where to go. The arrows are terribly useless and cause more faults than good. How on earth was I supposed to know that I should be there on the map? It's just so difficult. It's a game that relies on trial and error. It's painfully annoying and is easily the game's biggest fault. The camera in the game is also god awful. The amount of times I wasted time just turning the camera was annoying. The camera has a mind of its own and it's just confused. It's poorly done and it makes the issue of trial and error that much more frustrating. Finally, the controls. Now, you may have noticed I've been using the Xbox 360 controller for this. Well, the keyboard controls are terrible. I won't show you them, but I'll put it like this. The mouse is not used at all. The camera follows the arrow buttons, the same buttons you use to move, but you use Z, C and V to perform tricks, jump and roll. These controls are shit. I couldn't bear playing the game with keyboards. If I couldn't use a controller, I would legitimately not have played this game at all on PC, because I cannot bear using the keyboards for this game. But even with the controller, I struggled a lot, because this game is difficult as fuck, and without reason. The game has a ridiculous difficulty curve. It's ridiculous. It's easy 1 minute and then the next it's Dark Souls difficulty, and it's to blame once again on the trial and error. Anyway, I did the fighter level somehow and I got to the warehouse level. I finished this level, but I could not bring myself to continue the game. I had to end this gameplay. I couldn't bear this anymore. On PS2 I got to the plaza level and never passed it. I couldn't bring myself to even load the plaza level on PC, because the level design is just that bad. It pains me to play this game and not enjoy it, and I do enjoy it, sure, but its downfall is its level design and its camera. This game needed perfect level design. It's a parkour game, but it doesn't succeed at all with the parkour element because the level design is so muddled. Just imagine Mirror's Edge if it had the worst level design. The hangout area shows that the customization is rich in this game. It has a lot of customization, but you must change your character design to succeed with certain stuff. It makes no sense. Sure, it's great with all the customization and stuff, but it ruins the overall game because you're relying on specific clothes to succeed with jumps, which makes no sense. The graphics in this game are bad even for 2007, and sure, you can make the excuse that it's a PlayStation 2 game, but the thing is, there are so much better looking games on the PS2 from years before. It needed more time, and it should have been for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 to help the overall game. It's obvious that the game was limited by its technology. It could have been something superb on the 7th generation consoles instead of the 6th. The mill level is easily one of the worst levels I've ever witnessed alongside the fighter level. I hated it. I didn't enjoy my time with them at all. The backdrops are awful. The AI is useless. I make it seem like it's an awful game. But the truth is, it's not. Free Running is a good game. Under everything, the level design, the AI and the dull overall aesthetic. If it wasn't for those issues, I could only complain about the camera because it's very iffy. Apart from the gym, home and flats level, the level design is shit. It hurts the game. The parkour tricks you perform in the game are good and satisfying to pull off. It doesn't fail as a parkour game on itself, but fails with the idea of traversing maps with parkour. Overall, I wanted to love this game. I wanted to give this game a 9 or an 8 because I remember it like that. I thought Eurogamer's 5 out of 10 was unfair to the game, but after playing it, after nearly 10 years, it's really coming to me that it's not a great game. It's a game that has been somewhat blinded by nostalgia for me. I don't recommend against this game. It's a fun game to play every once in a while, but it's far from a good game. As a whole, pulling it together, the goods and the bads of the game, it all sums up to a 6 out of 10. And that's if you're using a controller. I won't give it a second score, because if you don't have a controller, then stick away from this game. Actually, I'll give it a score. It's a 0 out of 10 without a controller. That's how bad the keyboard's controls are. Maybe one day I will finish this game on PC, but this level design stopped me from doing so. I love the game, but its major flaw is level design, and I cannot deny that. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of this content. I try to do these reviews on a regular basis, and comment what you think as well. I am really intrigued about what you think about all this.